Ladies and gents, I know I'm a little bit late to this, but I wanted to address my opinions and my thoughts on this whole Collider thing. I've been a fan of these guys for a long time. So I'm just going to give my raw, unfiltered opinions on the whole thing. Let's talk about it right after this. So, for those of you that don't know, I am a big fan of Collider. Well, more the personalities than the actual brand, essentially. I've been following these guys since they were Collider. I know they originally started as AMC Movie Talk, which was created in turn by John Campea, but I got on the train around 2016 time. I think it was just about the time Rogue One was coming out, and I just instantly got hit like that. As also a big football fan, I used to watch a lot of Sky Sports News, and around this time of year, January time, and throughout the summer, we have Sky Sports News essentially doing their transfer roundup and like deadline day and stuff, and I just loved that news 24/7. And being a big YouTube fan, not following so much of mainstream TV anymore, I missed that, picking up on all the movie news. And when I came onto Collider, I just got fixed. Big personalities, big opinions, big thoughts, expertly crafted shows, great camera work. It's just very, very professional for a YouTube show, if you know what I mean, because YouTube has that perception, not among me and others that watch YouTube, but among outsiders, that it's just unprofessional. Some guy sat in front of his camera chatting shit, essentially what I do. These guys I've been watching them for years and years and years. I watched Heroes, I watched Jedi Council, I watched Movie Talk. I never really got into Collider Live or any of them because by that point I'd moved over to Campea's channel. So when Campea left, I essentially got everything from Campea's show because I enjoyed it more, because over the years Collider became less community based and more, I wouldn't say money, but they were just, it looked like a lot of the personalities weren't allowed to give their full opinions because it went against the company. Especially after Complex left and sold it to Mark Fernandez, it looked like a lot of these people were being filtered and couldn't say things that were against brand or against the company. So I kind of left to go to John Campea's show. But without Collider and AMC, John Campea wouldn't have a show, and neither would Christian Harloff with SEN or Ellis or any of them. I just absolutely fell in love with these big personalities, and it was more about the personalities and the community we got through the camera. That's why I now like SEN and Campea show, because it feels more community based. It feels like everybody's there just to talk about movies rather than a political agenda or anything else, really. I stopped watching once Fernandez essentially bought it. After the news that came out on January 2nd, which most of you should know by now, essentially, like Thanos snapping, essentially snapped away their whole video division, which Campea had pretty much created and all these big personalities had made bigger. I was just shocked because it just seemed like Collider was going to go on forever and ever and ever and ever, because they were always there. They were just a consistent thing, especially with the new deep fakes and for your consideration. They were just getting more and more views. But I didn't know until recently that the views were dropping, probably attributed to the fact that their big personalities were leaving, like your Harloffs, your Ellis. Schnepp had obviously passed away, John had left to do his own thing, and most of the people left behind, even though I liked a lot of them, they were nice people, they just didn't really have opinions. Like, they just liked everything, and even if they did like everything, there was no, oh, I absolutely love it, or this was fantastic, or oh, that was shit, why did I even bother watching that? It was just, yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was okay. Yeah. Pretty good movie. Oh yeah, that Geostorm was pretty good. Last Jedi was pretty good. That was pretty good. There was no, I hate it, I love it, I whatever, which is what makes movie fan communities interesting. People having different and differing opinions, thoughts, feelings, and things like that. That's why I enjoy it. I started Collider looking just for the news, but I fell in love with the personalities essentially. Mark Fernandez on January 2nd essentially Thanos snapped the whole of Video Talk. He basically Thanos snapped Collider Video. So he got rid of Movie Talk, which had been going for years. He got rid of Jedi Council, which was for a long time my Star Wars fix, where I got all my news from. Heroes, which was absolutely fantastic when Schnepp was there, but unfortunately after he passed it kind of went down a bit. And then Collider Live, which I never really got into because I'd already left and joined John's show, and I just kind of never watched anything Collider. But when Christian left and started SEN, I started watching that because I like the two different styles. John is very much sat there talking, addressing the news and then giving his opinions, whereas Christian's just, it's a podcast, radio, breakfast show first, and if we get to the topics, we get to the topics. If we don't, we're just here to have a laugh, a joke and a fun time essentially. So they just cut it off. All these people had left, started their own things and just cut it off. 30 people lost their jobs like that. They lost their healthcare. I know it's not a big thing here, but in the States it is, pensions, all that type of stuff. I think it is one of the most stupidest decisions I have ever seen. I understand that he was going to cancel them and I understand why he cancelled them, but just to do it like that. No goodbye shows, no letting them guys know, because they only found out like 3 or 4 hours before we did. Because the tweet went out on the Collider's chat, on Collider's Twitter feed, and that was that. That was it. I was just like, oh shit. I didn't even realise until somebody brought it up on Campion's show, I think it was. It's like, oh, okay. But all these people, they're talented people, I knew they'd land on their feet. I knew Harloff would take a lot of them in because he's fans and friends of these people that had left, like your Rokas, your Rileys, your Roxys, Emma Fyfe, all them lot. And a lot of them are massive within the Schmodown. I don't necessarily watch it, but I understand they're big within that. I was really shocked, really disappointed and really angry just because it just happened on a dime like that. It's like, I know he'd been planning it for a long time, Mark Fernandez, but it just seemed like it just was a drop of the hat decision. And not to give him any goodbye shows and not to give him any notice or stuff, especially considering like it was January 2nd, come back after the new year, gone back in, cancelled, done. Okay. And all to concentrate on things like deepfakes and technology and for your consideration and celebrity type content, which for a lot of us YouTube fans, we hate that celebrities have come on because YouTube's supposed to be, where's the you in YouTube? YouTube's supposed to be for people like me, for Campia, for a Harloff, for a Big Paulie, for all these people that I consistently name as inspirations for this channel. They just started in their bedroom or in their front room with a phone and a cheap mic, and that's how YouTube's supposed to be. But these big corporations and these big celebrities are coming over and muscling these people out of work maybe, out of just doing what they want and enjoying their hobby, because they get pushed on the trending page, they get pushed and recommended, but people like me don't. I don't understand the change in content. I know the deep fakes get views now, but in 6 to 12 months when most people have that content, or that technology, sorry, what's the point? Because now he complained that everybody's doing the same thing in the movie talk format, but then in 6 to 12 months everybody's going to be doing the same thing he's doing now, the George Lucas stuff. That's where it started, that was my opinion. I was a bit shocked more than angry, but then the following 24 hours we had this dickwad, Jack Hind, I think his name was. Apparently he was the number 2 according to Campia when he put his video out at Collider, but it's since been confirmed that he's not. He basically deals with the sponsorship side of Collider. He came out, put this tweet out, for your consideration, done a show, they put a tweet out, and in response to that he put, oh thank Christ, at least it's better than those commentary and fart joke shows, if you know what I mean. These fans had lost their source of movie news and their community and this bond that they had with these personalities. The personalities and the talent had lost their jobs, and to come out and shit on that like the day after they've been sacked, it's just disrespectful to me. He didn't put any thought into what he was saying, he just said it because, now I get to do my type of content rather than what they were doing. And it's like, without them, you and other people there that have focused on this new content wouldn't have a job. Collider Video was movie news, Jedi Council, heroes and all that, before it was anything to do with celebrities and junkets and stuff. Without this, the website wouldn't even be as big as it is. It just screamed of, let's get rid of the old, in with the new, fuck off. And didn't even think about what the reaction was going to be. So then Ken Napzok came back, talked to the guy, said, without these commentary and fart joke channels, you wouldn't have a job, blah, 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 I'm sorry. And he came back and he apologised and said, yeah, sorry Ken, but these things weren't doing well anymore. So then this Jack Hind guy came back with, sorry the daily and the weekly shows you were all on did not perform well enough to stay around. It sucks, it really does, but the YouTube community didn't support you in the channel. Only now, once you're gone. The respected employee over there, shit on him, the guy's lost his job, and now he's basically going, life sucks, doesn't it, really? It's just an absolute dick move. I just don't understand it, essentially. But there you go, that's life, isn't it, with these idiots. So he just kept digging his grave and digging his grave and digging his grave. And then he came out to apologise and still carried on digging his grave. I haven't got all the tweets in front of me because he's since deleted his Twitter account because obviously he realised he made a mistake. All I've got is the screenshots I've got now. So at the time, this guy was just an absolute knob. Then after that, we all thought it was done. We thought these people will just move on, everything will just calm down. And then Mark Fernandez came out and did a town hall. Don't understand the point of these town halls. They're essentially just coming out just to say what's going on. I'm just like, why don't you just carry on with your content? For people like me, and it's understandable because I'm not a big presence on social media and stuff like that. If I go for a long time, you guys don't know where I've gone or whatever, unless I decide to update you. There's these people, they're consistently on Twitter and they're consistently in that sphere and they're always doing video content. I don't understand. And then he just came out and he wasn't even really addressing people. He was on his laptop up for most of it and just reading names and saying, oh, this person was great, this person added so much to this company, this guy did this but he was fantastic, all this guy did was this but he was still an excellent part. Addressed the Jack Hines stuff and said he's being reprimanded internally. And just all screamed of not thought out, like it's not been thought out at all, like he just went. And then after we had the town hall, there was a massive backlash to that because he wasn't really addressing the camera. He was kind of down here on his laptop, ignoring and not talking. Even though he does Rule of Two, he seems to be more comfortable doing Rule of Two that I've caught the odd episode of than doing this. I understand he's under a lot of stress and pressure, but if you're trying to fan the flames, the worst thing to do is pour gasoline and pour petrol onto the bastards. So it wasn't going well. The town hall didn't really do much. He didn't really address the main criticisms, and the flames were just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. In steps the man himself, the one that created AMC Movie Talk, created Collider Movie Talk, created basically most of the stuff we now enjoy, John Campea. He stepped in and he gave Mark a platform to talk through things. He talked about like the community side. He didn't really think about the community when he made the decision. He just thought everybody would kind of accept it. It made sense from a business side rather than a talent type side, if you know what I mean, and the community side. He was a lot better on that show addressing the Jack Hines stuff, and John didn't go in fully, but he didn't not just sit there and just go, oh yeah. He dug deeper and he asked penetrating questions, and he asked to get the real Mark Fernandez out of the town hall thing. The real Mark Fernandez out rather than the guy who did the town hall who looked like he was scared shitless. But that's essentially covering what happened. I know it's all pretty much finished, it's died down now, but I just didn't understand it at the time, and still now I don't understand it. I know these people are industry professionals and they're used to losing their jobs and they're used to all the stuff that came with it, but it just happened like that, and it was just a really stupid decision. I know the views weren't there, but you needed somebody to come in, and if you're getting rid of a big personality like a Campea and a Harloff, obviously the B squad isn't going to do as well. Nobody cares about the Phil Jones, the Chris Smallings and the thingy Man United. They only care about the Cantonars, the Nevilles, the Ferdinands and the Vidiches, if you know what I mean. Nobody cares about the B team, the backup team. There might be some that you enjoy, but they're not really leading material. They needed somebody to come in to lead that with a personality and to get views so it could step it up. Because I understand why they cancelled it from a business decision. It wasn't making the money. He was putting in more money than he was getting out, which I know with a lot of these shows is kind of truth. He came in, he gave it a year, and then he just kind of gave up. Like that Jack Hines said, he was like, be grateful that we stuck around with these shows longer than it needed to be. And it's like, really? You fucking weasel? Really? He's British as well, so I apologise to you Americans for this dickhead. I haven't got the words for it. It's just like, oh, be grateful we stuck around this long. It's like, well, no, be grateful these guys were here in the first place so you had a fucking job. And since Mark Fernandez has come in, I just didn't really enjoy Collider anymore. It was just very, nobody's allowed an opinion, stuff like that. It just was boring content. It wasn't interesting anymore. That's why I was following Campea and now Harloff, because it's more interesting. And no offence, Mr. Fernandez, but you're complaining, oh, this is shit, essentially. He was saying, like, oh, these don't get views anymore. Look at Harloff and Campea. They're doing 100,000 views on a lot of their stuff, on the clips and stuff. And if not 100,000, 38, 50, 4 or 5 times the size and view size of what they were doing, because they built a community. After a while, the Collider community wasn't there because it just wasn't interesting content and nobody wanted to watch it. I know I've kind of gone brief, but my attachment isn't there anymore. I was shocked and I was disappointed and I was angry at the way they went about things, but at the end of the day, it just, I don't know, I don't understand it and I don't understand the whole thing. But I only wanted to go over it briefly. If you want more videos to check out for opinion's sake, like different people's opinions and stuff like that, then I'll link some videos in the description and stuff. It was just a quick, well, it's probably not going to be a quick video, it's probably going to be 20 minutes, but I just wanted to put a video out there just saying that I've addressed it and what I think, because it is a big loss to the film fan community. It's a big loss, because these people, and this show's been around for years, a lot of people like me and other shows essentially got their start because they were inspired by these people. And it's just a shame just for that to have gone like that, and then this guy to come out and shit on these people that had started it in the first place. It just didn't make sense to me. But I'll link all the videos I was talking about, Campier's interview with Fernandez, the town hall. I'll link the Twitter post if I can put it around somewhere, and then I'll just link some other people's videos so you can get their opinions as well. So, because a lot of people have a lot more stronger opinions than I do, but I just, because I was kind of more disappointed than anything, I just wanted to put something out there. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you understand my opinion on the whole situation. Hopefully it'll die down now and these people can get back into jobs and these people can thrive, and hopefully Collider goes right under Fernandez, hopefully, because I don't want to see Collider go through the shit. It was my main moving news source for a long time, so I don't really want to go see it through the shit, but you can't treat people the way they've treated people and not build a community and expect people to keep coming back. So that's that really. As per usual, don't forget to like, dislike if you want to, put a comment down below, positive, negative, whatever. Tell me your guys' opinions if you've been watching me, and so if you've watched Collider for any period of time or watched one of the shows, or even like you know nothing about the situation and you've just heard it through the grapevine, through like Twitter or through YouTube or whatever, just give me your opinions down below. I'm really interested to see what other people thought about this. Yeah, and last but not least, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified every time I upload. And just so you know, I shall see you in the next video. See you in a bit.